I think what's interesting is if you're looking at medications management, let's say, for example, because it has to be a little more specific than that, is that rheumatoid arthritis unfortunately carries with it fatigue. I get tired, and I get tired at times when I don't want to be tired, but I have to deal with it. And if I don't deal with it, the next day or the next few hours can make things worse for me, which means increased pain. And so my ability to be flexible is very, very important to my viability all throughout a day. I sit in a lot of meetings. I have to get on airplanes and travel a lot. And I have learned to take naps immediately on airplanes. As a researcher, these are important things for you to know about me that I have to deal. This is my only way of trying to figure out how to deal with some of the things that you don't see as a researcher. You see Amy, but you don't see my fatigue. I have to deal with fatigue. These are, if fatigue is important to you and if you're studying fatigue, I want to share all of the little self-help strategies I've had to create for myself to make sure I'm up to game, so to speak. I'm up to par with people in my field who do what I do. And so that conversation with a researcher in a research development environment is extremely important. What makes you tick? Now, what makes me tick may not make someone else tick, another person with rheumatoid arthritis. And that's part of the range of things. That's when we find out, well, Amy, are you the only one who's experiencing that? Or is this a mainstay of people in this people who experience this disease? So that's part of the research question. Sexuality issues, how we talk about arthritis, how do we do work and be as productive as we can when a disease is always trying to cut us down? It's those kinds of things that may or may not be researchable, if you will, topics for research, but there's a variety of different things by just sitting down and talking to a group of us, almost like a focus group. And I hate to bring up the word focus group because it has connotations of just being, you know, touched like something in a petri dish. But for that patient to be a part of that. And I've had the great opportunity of being involved in many research projects from the very, very beginning. And it has changed people's look and viewpoint over this disease that I personally experience in ways that has helped them do better research. And this is their comments back to me. So I'm sure I'm not the only one out there who's experiencing it. I'm sure researchers who engage patients from the very beginning are not the only ones who experience that. I would like to see the entire world engage patients like this from the very, very beginning to the very end, if there is an end to research, because that's where we get much more relevant, much more precise, and much more practical.